Hello everybody, I'm forecaster Dustin Staples with you here on this Sunday. We've made it to the last Sunday of summer. Next weekend we do begin autumn as we're heading into that fall season now. Finally, yesterday though we did pretty good for Saturday. Temperatures as advertised, upper 70s and low 80s. Thanks to a lot of that cloud cover. We had a few breaks of sunshine, but it was very scarce and it wasn't widespread. A similar setup is in today for us as we go out the next few hours as well. And going into your afternoon, again, we're seeing a few little light showers up to the northern portions here, but all this is that coastal low back out south of Wilmington heading towards Myrtle Beach. They're going to be seeing a little bit of impacts from that as we go further into Monday and Tuesday, which is why we have designated those days as first alert weather days for the potential for some tropical development of some sort of something. So we'll see whether or not if it does get a name there. You kind of can see that tropical system there continues to hold itself back outside the coast of the South Carolina, but rainfall here over the past past day rather has been about under an inch to maybe a quarter of an inch. For some of you back towards Swansboro, Jacksonville, Onslow counties has picked up well over maybe 2 inches for some locations there. But temperature starting things off this morning though in the low 70s. Feels a little muggy out there thanks to that tropical weather that's in play here. Latest on Gordon here. Of course, we'll get you updated on our tropical system here. This is going to just kind of be a fish storm holding out in the deep Atlantic and possibly even falling apart as early as by the end of this week here. Not showing a lot of momentum with this, so that's kind of some good news on most of our front parts across eastern Carolina. But we do see here, kind of can see that the tropical development's got a 50% chance here over the next 2 to 7 days. If it does get a name, Helene is the next name up on the list. So again, let's talk about your first alert weather days here as we go towards tomorrow. You guys step out of the shot, and you kind of can see them as we go right there in time. Again, the main concern would be gusty winds. Of course, we may see the potential for 3 to 6 inches of rain. Depending on the track here, we may see some higher amounts. If we see a lot of potential flooding, that's going to be the next thing we'll be watching with that. There's already coastal flood advisories up for portions of the Pamlico counties along the Pamlico and Albemarle Sound as well. There's also a flood watch that goes into effect later on Sunday. That'll portions of Pender County. It wouldn't surprise me if more flood watches get issued or more coastal flood advisories. Now, here's these winds. This doesn't help because we got a king tide for the next 9 days or so, give or take, here for eastern Carolina. So it's going to be some pretty high surf already creating along the coast here. These winds just keep coming out of the north and northeast. 15 to 30 miles an hour is a good range estimate with that. And here's the sustain, the gust here, maybe 25 to maybe 40 miles an hour for some locations. This is when that storm system is moving through here, and you kind of can see with this, look at 40, maybe 45 miles an hour possibly for some of our localities here. So it is going to be a very breezy day and windy week ahead of us here, and a very unsettled pattern, unfortunately, lingering around. Here's the cloud cover today. A few spotty showers. That's about it. Nothing that's going to be canceling your outdoor activities. We go quiet and overcast tonight. Tomorrow morning we're quiet for the exception of our coastal area south of Highway 12 there. Could pick up some showers leading in. And then here comes the low itself finally moving in here. You see portions of Williamston, Windsor, Columbia, not seeing showers yet, but by later in the evening the bulk of the moisture starts to feed its way in here. And again, some of these feeder bands could potentially produce a lot of rain in a short amount of time, which is why we do have some possible flood watches that could be getting issued, even expanding further in time. All right, today a quarter of a half an inch, but most model guidance is pretty good with this here south of Washington, New Bern, Jacksonville, right around that 4 to 5 inch range can be ruled out either as well. But again, your highs today getting up in the low 80s here, is overnight lows tonight falling back down in the 60s here. You kind of can see your next 8 days with the first of the weather days on Monday and Tuesday. They're watching for those showers to continue to linger on. We remain unsettled through the rest of the week there. Those temperatures holding in the low 80s, and we have a slightly cooler pattern coming up for the first full weekend of autumn as highs drop to the 70s.